This video is on volume of rectangular prisms and cylinders. So there's a general volume formula for any sort of prism type shape, and it's big B times H, okay? So you might be thinking of a rectangle's area formula, but that's little b times H. There is a difference. The big B means the area of the base shape, okay? So you want to think about what the base shape is, that area, and then you multiply it times the height of the entire prism or cylinder, for example, okay? So we'll practice this with some. So let's look first at this rectangular prism. And the formula is pretty easy. Volume is much easier than surface area because a rectangular prism, its base shape is a rectangle, okay? So it's just going to do that length times the width for the base and then times the height. So it's really just multiplying all three numbers together, and that's your volume. Pretty easy, okay? So let's try one with the real numbers in there. So we got 10 by 8 by 12, and that's all we're going to do. It's length times width times height, so I do 10 by 8 by 12, okay? And we get 960 cubic centimeters. Notice that unit now is cubic because volume is how much would the shape be filled, okay? So how much space is inside the shape, which is three-dimensional, so that's why it's cubic. There'd be a little 3 there you could write, okay? All right, so let you try one on your own. Here it is. Pause it, figure out your answer, and then hit play to check your work. All right, hopefully you got this. 200 cubic meters. It's just multiplying those numbers together. 4 times 5 times 10. And don't forget that it's cubic now. All right, a cylinder, slightly more complicated, but still easier than surface area. So think about our base shape. Our base shape in this case is a circle. So we're going to find the area of that circle. That would be my big B. And then you just multiply it by the height, okay? So in this case, it's pi r squared because that's the area of that circle times the height. So that big B is replaced with pi r squared because that's the area of that base. So let's try it with some real numbers here. So we got 2.2 for our radius, 5 for our height. Go ahead and plug that in. So there is our base, our circle, is pi times radius squared. So pi times 2.2 times 2.2. And then we take that and we multiply it by our height of 5. Okay, so we find the area of our circle and multiply it by that height. Be careful. A common mistake people make is they get used to surface area where you're taking that circle and doubling it because there's 2. But for volume, you don't do times 2. You just find the area of the base and you multiply by the height. So please don't double the circle. Okay, go ahead and do it out. And we get 75.988 cubic centimeters. All right, let you try one on your own. Here you go. Go ahead and pause it. Hit play when you think you have your answer and check your work. All right, let's see how you did. You should have gotten 1,177.5 square centimeters. Make sure if you got it wrong, make sure that you realize this was a diameter. So for our area, we would have done 5 squared pi, so 25 times pi, and then times 15. And that would have given us our answer. And that's how you find volume of rectangular prisms and cylinders.